thinking about making, putting down like certain soil ahead of time before I put a garden, because apparently you can do that, like to speed up the growing process and stuff like that.
Yeah, fertilizer is actually quite cheap, and it speeds things up pretty substantially. You just need to put it down before you put anything else down.
Yeah, I
Like,
learned that
once
the hard
crops are
way.
there, it's too late.
Yeah, I learned.
Also, I've got
Actually, it
a...
can't even be tilled soil. It has to be untilled soil, I think.
Yep. Well, I think... well, I mean, I think you can actually hoe it first. I'm pretty sure you have to hoe it first, but... Also, I put a recycling machine up above the mailbox. Any junk or garbage you find, like newspapers, stuff like that, you can just toss right in there.
Oh, this thing?
Yep. It'll turn them into usable stuff.
Hot pepper. George wants a hot pepper. We can totally give him a hot pepper. I don't know where the hell George lives, though.
George lives to the right of the bar. If you check your map and mouse over houses, it'll tell you.
Wait, is that the grumpy old guy?
Yeah.
The one in the wheelchair?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I bet he doesn't pay well for this.
It'll give you a lot of rep with them, though, which is not necessarily useful right now, but if we decided to, become friends with them at some point, it would, help.
Alright, son. So, how are things in the new town? Well, I've made one friend. It's this really old guy. He complains a lot, but he's nice.
Well, when I've played in the past, I tend to make one friend way earlier than all the rest, and it's the homeless guy.
Is there a homeless guy?
Yeah, it's the guy who's like dressed in yellow, looks like a trash kind of bag or something. He's
Oh,
one
the
that
guy up
lives
there
out
by
in
the
tent.
cave. I thought he was just
Yeah.
like an adventurer or something.
No, I think he's homeless because he digs through trash at some point.
Oh, that's sad. I'm gonna request that you help me with the farm animals, and that you talk to the cows every day, and I'll do the chickens.
Sure.
Because I'm having to run all over the place to track like all these stupid things down to show them that I care about them when I don't. It's empty. Here you go, kitty. Have your water.
But yeah, I'm happy to help out with the farm animals. Or honestly, if you want to focus on just the crops and stuff, I can take all the animals if you like.
Oh, I mean, I'm fine with, Oh, whoa, what's going on? A new baby chick has hatched. Oh, okay. Choose a name.
Cool.
Um...
Well, now we have 5 chickens. That's a
Fingers.
little awkward. We could sell some at some point if we wanted.
True.
We may want to start turning any new duck eggs we get into new ducks.
Oh, I have a duck egg I could put in the... Actually, no,
Yeah,
I don't. I didn't get one today. Oh, because
You
it's
can
every...
toss the one. You can toss the one you gave me in there. We can take a later one. I think it'll be more useful to get some more ducks.
Forgot that it was every other day
Yeah.
for the duck.
We got a nautilus shell. Perfect. I needed one of those. Well, nautilus fossil, I
I
guess.
named
Maybe
the
different.
baby duck, or the baby chicken, I named him Fingers.
That is creepy in a few different ways.
Because I think of small chicken, I think of chicken fingers.
What happens when he grows up, though? It's like naming a kid a name you think is cute when he's a child.
Bobby.
At least Bobby can, like, become Robert or something, or Bob.
I think it was like an old baseball player whose name was like,
Pookie.
Nah, it was like something... What was it? It was like Dick Hold or something like that. I can't remember. It was something really stupid and unfortunate. I think it was
I remember we had somebody in my high school was named Toots, or his last name was Toots, and I always thought that was like the cruelest family name to hold on to. They had to know on some level it was a problem.
You son of a bitch. Oh, 200 gold from that. Oh, so that's how you give gifts? You just click it off your hotbar and just hand it to them?
Yep.
Does
You can
it
actually do it with
matter?
anybody.
Or, like, do certain gifts do more?
Yes. Every single person has an individualized list of gifts they prefer and gifts they do not like. Some of them will literally get angry if you give them things, and you will lose, like, large chunks of reputation.
Can you believe the nerve of this guy? He tried to give me a fucking duck egg. God. He doesn't know me at all.
My great-grandmother was killed by a duck.
By a duck egg. Makes it even worse. It's a duck egg. How? I don't understand.
Don't re-traumatize me by making me say it again.
Hello, Mayor. Okay, well... Oh, fuck you. Get out of my way. Okay. Alright, Pierre. I'm gonna buy just enough, wheat seeds to fill up the garden because fall's almost here, and at least the wheat seeds grow through the fall, so I can go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate not having anything growing at some of those empty places.
Yeah, that is one element of this game I'm not a big fan of, and compared to a lot of others, that the sort of immediate cutoff when that happens is annoying. Although it does also need to have everything regrow a bunch. Hmm?
So it's not realistic.
Well, if it's like really hard frost or something, but yeah. Seasons don't just change like that. Yeah, I guess your point earlier about, like, good chunks of the year the animals essentially eating for free makes a lot of sense.
Yep, we just have to move them from pasture to pasture. We don't keep them in the same field all year long.
Yeah. Actually, I was reading a thing a while ago on XKCD where they're talking about, like, can we make cows more green by, putting solar panels on them, or having, like, bioengineering cows to, also benefit with chlorophyll in their skins that could absorb sunlight and convert it to energy. And the basic answer of the whole thing was, no. We really couldn't. Like, we could, but it wouldn't be even remotely worth it. Solar panel, you can't, you'd have to, like, train the cows to stand in a certain direction to get the sun on it and often enough to make it at all worthwhile, or you'd have to, the bioengineering things, if you could even do it, would only get, like, 3% of the sun's energy into usable energy.
Yeah,
but the bit that I thought was kind of interesting...
Doesn't sound like it'd be worth it.
No, not really. But the quote I thought was interesting from it was the guy saying, in essence, the cows are already using the sun, but they're using it much more efficiently. They're basically letting the grass, which is, absorbing the sun's energy... Oh, hey, I got a pufferfish. Awesome. But they're letting the grass do all the chlorophyll work, and then they're just eating it, which, takes a much denser form of energy in.
Yeah.
That pufferfish, actually, I think is one we needed.
Nice. Have you ever been to a stock sale?
I don't even know what a stock sale is.
That had to... Okay, well... That was the stupidest question I have ever asked you in my life. I already knew the answer to it.
No. Don't sell yourself short.
I already knew the answer. Why did I even bother? That's like me asking you if you've ever stripped tobacco. Of course you haven't.
Well, I mean... I can't even think of a good joke there.
Stocks.
You ever husked a lobster?
See, that'd be the equivalent. It's like, well, have you ever, have you ever went out lobster fishing or whatever?
I have actually done that. I even got to ride in the bow of the boat, which was remarkably dangerous.
A stock sale is essentially, it's literally what it sounds like. It's just a place where they sell cattle.
Okay.
But it's like, you know how auctioneers go, right? A mile a minute. They're just like, they're doing all that crap. It's just that with cattle. And they're cool, and it smells awful, but it also smells kind of good because it smells like cattle and cow poop, and there's always like a fucking barbecue going somewhere in the building.
Which seems faintly cruel to animals when it's just like...
Yeah, there are literally shoulders and steaks
being
cooked.
You. Like the cow's like, what if we're going to a good home? Hopefully nicer than those guys. Look at those poor bastards over there. They're going to eat.
But you've basically got like... It's not a huge arena. It's about the size of like your average... Okay, you know how kind of like a college classroom with like...
Yeah.
but not a classroom kind of, but like, you know, the teacher's down below and the stairs kind of go upwards, you know, one of those rooms, kind of like an auditorium.
Like a lecture hall.
Yeah, one of those. Yeah, that's like, basically what it is.
Academia. Now you're talking about things I've experienced in.
It's basically like that.
So it's like a butler auction.
And the auctioneers are sitting up at like in a window watching from above, and they've got a pointer guy, like 2 or 3 guys who like point out. You know, and they'll be going through. You know, they'll bring like 2 or 3 cows in, and you know they'll be going through number. You know, they'll start the bid and you know, like 100. You know, like 1,200, and they'll go for it, and then you'll just hear random dudes just go, yep, and then just like that's how that you voice it. You know, okay, you know that you're gonna go higher.
Yeah.
And it's like that all around. And you can get up and you can go to the left or the right. Most of them have this, of where the auctioneer booth is. And you can walk in these, like, catwalks up above all of these pens of the cattle that are being sold. And you can just, like, look at them from above. And you can, like, study them and be like, okay, you know, that one or that one. You know, I want to, you know, be ready for that one to come out. It's weird, but it's also kind of actually cool in a
I can still see that.
way. It's very, very, very hillbilly. And not hillbilly. It's very country, though.
Yeah, I can sort of see it. I mean, it reminds me a lot. I got to visit Wall Street at one point when I was in high school. I'm not sure why necessarily, but we got to like a school trip out of it. And it reminds me a little bit of some of the weird descriptions of like watching all this stuff happening at the same time and everything. I mean, it does actually sound kind of interesting. I could see that being kind of fun.
Dad used to make his my stepdad, I guess, made me and my brother go to a lot of them, and for the most part, it wasn't that bad. They usually happen in the wintertime, and he would get me and him like a hamburger and a Coke or something, and we would sit and just that'd be it. You could actually go down in there into the pen. Of course, the pen where the cows they'd come in on one side, obviously, and then go out the other. You know.
Yeah.
On the left side would be the cows that are being sold. On the right side would be the cows that have been sold. And basically, as soon as they're bought, they would go out and they would go into a staging area for like maybe 30 minutes or an hour or so. And in that time, the guy who bought it would just back his trailer up and boom, just like that. Done.
And so are these cows that are like ready for slaughter that are being sold? Is this like a representative of a larger herd that they're kind of getting like, hey?
Most times it's a company, it's a huge farm that wants to buy calves, and honestly what they do is they take them in and they just feed them, like they feed them and they feed them and they feed them and they get them huge and big, you know, basically the same thing they do with chickens and pigs. You fatten them up with all these crazy things that you don't want to know about them putting in them, most likely. I don't even know myself. But sometimes it's just, you know, other farmers. Like, the big thing is when someone brings a bull in. When you're wanting a bull, and, you know, everyone wants a good breeding bull, that's when everyone that's when, like, regular farmers
Are they actually buying the bull in full, or like a breeding bull, are you buying, like, essentially stud rights to,
no,
you know...
it's the bull itself. It's...
Okay. You're buying the bull and getting the horn. I got it.
Yes.
But I mean, they still also do the whole thing with like you're, you know, just paying somebody to have the bull show up and fuck a few things, right?
Well, yeah, except that you own it, and then you could be the one who gets paid to do that, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess what I'm saying is that there are other situations in which people would just like if economy of scale again. I'm kind of guessing, you know, it's like well, I don't need it that much, so I'll just, you know, pay a fee to have access as needed or something.
Yeah, well. Depends on, and the cost depends on the bull. If it's like a monster, like the one that won that horse that won the Triple Crown, you know. I think I heard like to get that horse to breed with any mare, it was like $300,000 a mare or something like that. It's some stupid number.
He doesn't even get a semi until it's at least about half that.
Oh, thank God it's raining. Everything's going to be inside. I don't have to water anything. Oh my God, what are these?
Huh. I have no idea what those are. You planted a bunch of flowers, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it's those flowers I planted. That's right. But, it does... See, this is something I would find humorous, I think, because if you were put into that pen with those cows and they came running in, most people who haven't worked around cows and would immediately freak out and probably try to get out of there because the cow's going to be running around and all that jazz. And you wouldn't be wrong in thinking, oh god, I need to get the fuck out of here. Whereas, personally, I would probably, myself, just be more...
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate.
No, it's alright. Just,
Do you need any of these flowers, by the way? I've got a bunch of these flowers, but I don't know if any of them actually are needed for...
I don't think so.
There's a star fruit that grew. But what I was saying was, you can... Like, it's amazing how well you can work with cows as far as just turning them. It's like they only see you out of the corner of their eye, and if they see you at all, they'll just immediately turn. You can almost steer them like a car, kind of. It's weird.
I imagine they haven't been bred to be particularly difficult to work with. And, I mean, I used to have, like, a sheepdog, and my parents have video of this sheepdog literally herding my brother and I as babies around the room and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like
Kind of cute.
Chickens, on the other hand, fuck everything about chickens. You cannot tell them where to go. They go wherever the fuck they want.
They've got such tiny brains, I mean...
Like, whenever a chicken would get out and we had to catch it, oh god, it was awful. You have to corner them, and then you have to get this device that we had, which is basically, I'm not even kidding, it is a fucking, like, 6-foot-long metal pole that's about, it's about as thick as, it's not even as thick as your pinky finger. It's got a little hook at the end.
Yep.
And you have to snag it around the chicken's leg and yank them upside down. That's how you catch it. Why am I telling you all this country shit?
Well, it's interesting.
Do you need a duck feather, by the way? I have a duck feather.
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay, I'm going to put it
It's needed for one of the bundles. One of the rare items, honestly.
I'll put it in the chest with all the cool ore and stuff for some reason.
Alright. But no, this stuff's interesting. I mean, like, if I describe, like, butler races to you or something, I mean, it's fascinating to hear about. Speaking of which, apparently, this is not a joke, there apparently was an event, I think in Sweden, where there was a great butler shortage.
Well,
yeah, apparently it was...
were that common in Sweden.
Well, I mean, at some point they probably were, but it sounds like there was a period in history where all of a sudden, like, all the butlers... Or there was just a mass lack of butlers. You know, a true tragedy if you've ever heard one before.
Okay, I went ahead and bought 2 heaters and
Milking pail?
a milking pail. Just to get it out of the way, because God knows I have a hard enough time catching this lady when she's actually behind the desk.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We had the money.
I think the reason why I was talking about all that farm crap is because we're playing this game, and it just, I guess it bleeds through, obviously, for obvious reasons.
It's interesting stuff. I'm kind of interested to hear about it. I mean, I'll let you know if you suddenly get boring at some point, but I mean, it's, as you said, it's stuff I don't have a lot of experience with. You know, I was not allowed outside of my gilded cage for many a year. Much like Siddhartha.
You can't grow tobacco in this game or anything, can you?
I don't think so.
Thank God.
But much like Siddhartha, I was prevented from learning about any of the pains in life until I was too old to ever properly appreciate them.
I'm going to put this heater right next to all this straw, or wheat. That seems like a great idea.
I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that.
Your farm burned. Your farm burned down. It's okay. All the animals lived. You just bankrupted now. There we go. Milk pail. Can I get your milk? No? Okay. Go faster.
Milking is kind of weird.
Is it like a minigame?
No, your character just walks up behind them, makes a very suggestive, like, hip thrusting kind of motion for a second, and then, you know, you got milk.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I mean... What's that Bob's Burgers thing? You know, We milked this cow. No, you didn't. It's a bull. We milked something. Don't drink that.
Wasn't that like a... There was a thing in... the Robot Chicken? Like magical unicorn mayonnaise. Remember that skit?
Maybe. I've certainly read a few comics along those lines.
It's like, yeah, the unicorn told me if I kept polishing his horn, I would get magical unicorn mayonnaise. He's just sitting there like jerking the unicorn off. I don't know, something silly.
Yeah, that whole legend, you know, like, oh yeah, you had to be a virgin and lay your head in my lap. It's all quite sketchy.
Just a little. Achievements.
Well, I mean, a lot of those old stories are pretty dark, horrifying, or otherwise full of child abuse nowadays.
How have I not caught 24 different fish yet? I feel like I've caught all the fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only 16, huh? Well, I haven't even gotten to do lobster fishing yet. How do I make lobster trout?
You should have the ability to make them.
A crab pot?
Yeah. They require bait, though.
40 wood, 3 iron bar. Oh. I don't know how to... Can't you make a bait thing as well, though? Like a bait machine?
Yeah, they're kind of purplish crates. You should check your recipes. I think both of us should have the ability to make them now, but if we made, like, literally 4 of them, that might be enough to keep us somewhat supplied. It's kind of excessive, because, I mean, like, each bait machine makes bait every single day, but the amount it makes is very small.
What's it called?
Bait machine or worm bin or something.
Oh, there it is. It's green.
Oh, it's green? Oh.
Well, it looks green, Elmo. It's dimmed out.
I may be misremembering.
That's still my only complaint about this game so far, really, is the crafting menu is, like, you just have to hover over everything to really figure out what it is, because it's all dimmed out and kind of just hit, like, the skies. But I'll allow it. Oh, by the way, what did it mean earlier when it said that train was passing through? Like, did that mean anything?
I actually am not 100% sure on what the train does.
Huh. That can't be that important, probably.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, you missed it. The train dropped off all kinds of goodies for everyone. Where were you?
It does drop things if you go up and watch it go by.
You said make 4 of these bait machines? You think?
If you could afford to make 4 of them, that would be enough to supply like one of us with bait, I think. It takes a lot.
Oh yeah, we can only make 3 because it takes 25 hardwood. We only have 90.
But once you get a golden axe, we can get a lot more. Well, you have a steel axe, right? That might be enough.
Yeah, I can get hardwood. There's just there's nothing left to get it out of.
No, there is. I'll show you tomorrow. There's a hidden section of the woods that produces like 20 hardwood a day.
Oh. Nice. Wait,
yeah, but you have to have, I think, at least a steel axe to get into it. Maybe a gold axe, I don't remember.
I should get a gold axe. I don't know why I haven't done that yet.
Yep. Much like the old Sega Genesis game, you need golden axe.
Okay, I'm gonna put the... Does it matter where I put the worm bins?
Someplace we can see them would probably be ideal, but, you know, not really otherwise.
I think I'm gonna put them right down here.
They're kind of independent.
I'm gonna put them on the edge of the little pond here.
That works. I usually put them, like, right along the right side of the property. Just a quick line of them so you can see when they're ready.
Well, you can always move them, I guess, right?
Yeah. Nope. They're forever stuck. They will never move again.
Yeah, I only have a steel axe. I really should. What would it be, 5 gold bars, probably?
Yeah.
That's all it takes to upgrade it? That and just money?
Yep, that and 10,000 gold.
Woof. 10,000.
Well, again, iridium's 25,000, I think.
It's brutal.
brutal.
We got 6 phones. We got like 5 phones and 1 phone line.
Interface, get off the phone!
God, that was stupid. Like, I tried to talk you out of it, but you threatened to kill me.
Those bits aren't new.
Noted. Then he just say that, he's just like, noted.
Yeah.
Just keeps going.
Clearly very adept at dealing with them.
He's probably one of my favorite secondary characters in that show. That's my bread and butter you're fucking with. What is that random noise like that sometimes happens? It's just like a little it kind of sounds like a frog.
Like whale sound or something?
I wouldn't call that a whale.
Well, I mean, it just sounds to me like whale song or something.
No, this one's more like a whack, kind of like a noise. I don't know.
I don't know, you have a duck out still?
That wasn't a duck. Not a healthy one, anyways. Hey, hobo. Please don't destroy my tent. Oh, that's depressing.
Yeah, I mean...
It's happened before. Oh, God. Dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had the same reaction. Like, until he gets to know you, like, everything he says is, don't hate me for no reason. Like, I'm sorry, man. What happened to you?
Where he is, though, that would be the easiest person to constantly just talk to and get your friendship level up with, huh?
Yeah, that's why I ended up having him as my best friend for a long time. Is like, he was the only person I talked to on a regular basis.
Those 2 gay guys, they only hang out with a hobo. And they fish all
Only
day.
he would not judge me.
I got a skeletal hand out of the ground. I don't know what the hell I can use it for. Oh, it's an artifact. Never mind.
To say, it's just evidence of a murder.
Oh yeah, hey, by the way, that duck feather is still in this red chest here if you want to do anything with it. Otherwise, it's
yeah, I'll get that eventually.
Eventually, he says. That's what he always says, eventually.
Just go along, they said.
Alright, you just go to bed?
I'm just gonna get the mushrooms, then do it.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the mushrooms.
Yes, you do. I'm forced to always gather them myself.
It doesn't seem like they give you that much money, though.
Well, they don't. But I mean, it's a little bit. So yeah, tomorrow, if you grab your axe, you can follow me and we'll go and get some of the hardwood.
Alright.
But I can't do it without you there.